Hey, what's up? This is Key Wielder Oblivion, and I want to do a video on Axel and Kairi and pretty much their training and stuff like that. So I've been thinking a lot about this and a lot about what it could mean for Kingdom Hearts 3, but we'll get into that right now. Okay, so what I want to talk about is Axel, Kairi, and training under Merlin. So basically, as of the events of 0.2, we realized that Kairi and Axel will be one of the 7 Keyblade wielders, Guardians of Light, stuff like that, and 2 of the 7 are, and they'll be training to become better Keyblade wielders. So what I wanted to talk about was, do you think, like, it's just gonna be a discussion type video, but I want to know if we're gonna get segments in this game that we could play as them, or if we may see what they're actually doing, because I don't want it to be like, oh, we go off as Sora, we do whatever we do, and then after a while later on in the game, Kingdom Hearts 3, we just meet up with them and they're OP as crap, because we know Keyblade wielders are OP after my first time I finally beat Terra, but that's a different video. So anyway, Terra Lingering Bone. But anyway, and the thing about it is it's training with Merlin, and we know there are only 2 places we've ever seen Merlin hold up in with his house or his home, and that was Traverse Town in Kingdom Hearts 1, where he was in that, behind that little door, and he had his whole his house and stuff in a little island surrounded by waterish type thing, but it was kind of like a room. And then in Kingdom Hearts 2 we saw Merlin with Sid, Yuffie, and Squall, Leon, whatever you prefer to call him, in Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden. But yeah, anyway, so that's where we only saw him. And as you know, Merlin comes from The Sword in the Stone, which is a Disney movie, which is why Merlin can be in this game. So I think in Kingdom Hearts 3 we get to go to the Sword in the Stone world. Sword in the Stone confirmed here first by Key Wielder Oblivion. Alright, so let's get into this little detail, what this could mean. I love the Sword in the Stone. As a kid I watched it so many times. Madam Mim, oh my gosh, fighting her would be awesome. So maybe we run into Kairi and Axel at this world and we fight Madam Mim. But I was thinking that wouldn't be very cool, because like Axel and Kairi are training, so I want to see probably either we get control of Axel and Kairi, but like we see a cutscenes of them training, and then they finally give us control and we get to fight Madam Mim, because like it's not so far-fetched. We control different Keyblade wielders in other games before, so controlling them wouldn't be any problem on the game's part and on a story standpoint. So I was thinking, maybe we could do this. So that's what I want, a Sword in the Stone world. We fight Madam Mim. She could shapeshift. She's a magic wielder. So that's like different boss level type stuff right there. She could do like you fight her basic form, then she turned into the purple polka dot dragon looking thing. She could turn into like a flying witch with brooms and whatever. Shoot, she could do whatever the flip she want. And maybe Axel and Kairi, because we know Merlin trained Arthur. I think that was his name, right? I know he turned into be King Arthur, so I guess that was his name. Yeah, Arthur. So he trained Arthur. He made him do all them singing things with the fish in the water and then the squirrel. Oh my gosh, imagine if that's how he trains Axel and Kairi, transforms them into like different things, and then they gotta be different things. It's just gonna be crazy. Who else would we want to like do? Like, I know the wolf that kept chasing Merlin and and Arthur while they were squirrels, or while there were something, I forgot what they were, we could probably get to fight that. We could see the entire world. I would think we get holed up in Merlin's house, but probably we could get holed up in the tower that King Arthur lives in, and you know, his squire boy thing, stuff like that. There could even be a mini game jousting and stuff like that for the world. So like, I feel like we may probably get to visit the world as Sora, but if we don't, then it would have to be that we visit the world as Axel and Kairi and play that little segment part. And this could be good because like, I played The Witcher 3, right? And they implemented playing as a different character really well. Like, it was like a flashback of someone telling Geralt where Ciri was and what she was doing because that person was around her, right? And we got to play out those parts because people kept telling Geralt where she was, and then the flashback, and then we got to play as her. So maybe it wouldn't have to be a flashback in Kingdom Hearts 3, it would just have to be, oh, okay, so Sora's doing this right now, it just, a cutscene happens, and then we just switch to Axel and Kairi. I don't want it to be a full game type thing. I want it to be like how The Witcher 3 did it, a perfect balance of we get Sora the entire time, but there's like a little few segments that we get to play as Axel and Kairi, because while Sora's off doing his own thing, it wouldn't make sense that we get cutscenes of what Kairi and Axel are doing, because Sora shouldn't know what they're doing. So basically we need to actually play as them. So that's how I interpret the whole thing. What else? Like, if we don't get Sword in the Stone world, what can happen for the training with Axel and Kairi? They probably wouldn't go back to Traverse Town, right? I don't think they will. Hollow Bastion, that's where Merlin currently is. We didn't see him leave yet, so Hollow Bastion is where he currently is, and where everyone currently is. They're not in Traverse Town anymore. But like, I don't know what else to think. I don't want this video to go on too long, but I don't know where they could train. I don't know what type of, like, since they're training with Merlin, they must be some crazy magic wielders, magic keyblade wielders. I feel like Kairi would be like more of a support character, like she does magic and heals and stuff like that. And then Axel, he's gonna be the fire dude, and that involves magic. So yeah, both of them training under Merlin makes a little bit of sense. I really don't know. Merlin has trained people before. He's trained people to become powerful wielders. Hopefully at the end we get to test our strength against Arthur with his sword. He finally pulls out the sword, because of course there'll be a little mini story for the world itself, right? So probably we're leading up to the events of Arthur finally getting to wield the sword, and then something like Mulan happens where remember how Mulan in Kingdom Hearts 2, she was weak as crap, she kept falling over every time we would fight enemies, but then after the game progressed, she got way stronger, and then she was just killing everything everywhere, and while she was in our party. So maybe something like that would happen. So that's what my thoughts on Axel and Kairi training under Merlin. Leave a comment, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think would happen, if you think this is really interesting, because I really do. And thanks for watching.